Hey, I'm Gracie, and this is my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video, and I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm dreading it. I was like, oh, you don't even know. I've been postponing it for like a long time. It took a lot for me to even say it out loud. It was so hard for me to get into this headspace, but here we are, and I'm excited. I'm feeling good. Okay, so this video is a little bit about my favorite book, my favorite of all time. It's so good. It's called The Promise of Stardust. And when I tell you, this book is so good, oh my gosh, like, you don't even know. It was so, like, I can't even read it again because it was so amazing. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just, anyway, the basis of the book is basically just about this neurosurgeon. He was doing something at the beginning of the book, like something random and irrelevant, and he gets a call, and his friend is like, there's a patient in the hospital, and he's like, I'm not on call, call someone on call. And he's like, it's your wife. And then they find out, okay, by the way, spoilers. So, spoilers. The beginning, what I've already said, it's not super, like, shocking. It's the first page or so it's like, you can know that's totally fine. But, like, spoilers. Okay. When I tell you, it's so, okay. Stay on topic, Gracie, stay on topic. Anyway, so then she gets declared brain dead. And it's so sad. Apparently I really love sad books, but yeah. She gets declared brain dead, and then weeks go by, and they're trying to figure out why, like, cause then they like go back, and it's like she fell off of a ladder. She went up on a ladder, and she fell off of it. And her husband is like, shoot, that's only ever happened before once. And that was when she was pregnant. So I don't know why she would fall off. Like, they're trying to find out what happened. And then they find out that she was pregnant, like a few weeks pregnant, but now she's brain dead, and she's in a coma, and they have to decide kind of whether to keep her living, or to stop her heart and like stop all the machines that are keeping her alive-ish. And so it was really sad, and there's like parts where it flips back to about like her life and what's happened, and she's been through miscarriages, stillbirths, all of this, and it's so good and so like raw. It felt so real to me. Especially all about, it's like they have court discussions about whether this should happen or this should happen, and he's against his whole family because he knows that his wife would have wanted for them to have a kid, like for them to have a child. She loved children, and she always wanted one, and so he thinks that that would be what she wanted. And so, but everyone around him is making it like a political issue, and he starts having to fight everyone for it. And it's really like, it's hard to read, but it's like, my favorite part about it was that it was so realistic, and it was like an issue that is happening actually and actively. So yeah, it was really interesting, and the way that the title relates back to it, because again, it's called The Promise of Stardust, and you're like, what? That sounds like it has nothing to do with it, but it, oh my gosh, I started crying when I saw why the title related to the book. Oh my god. It's, so when she was a teenager, I don't know exactly what age, I read this like a while ago, but when she was a teenager and she met her husband, her name is Al. When Al met her husband, they were a few years, like 2 years apart, and they were both teenagers. And then he got her pregnant, and it's like, whoa, teen pregnancy, what? But then they come to terms with it, and it's like, it's cool. And then she has a stillbirth with that child. Like, she has to choose between burying and cremating the child, and she decides to cremate it because she heard about this.
Hello, this is future Gracie editing. So where was I? Okay, yes. She has to choose between cremating or having a funeral for the baby, and she's talking to her husband about this song called We Are there's a song called Woodstock, and in it says We Are Stardust, and she's talking about how we come from stardust and everything on earth is just ashes. And so she's basically just saying they decided to cremate the baby because we come from stardust, so she should be reunited with the stardust, which is really cute, and it was something that really stood out to me about this book.
Like, I loved how it brought up the discussion of Roe v. Wade, which is like such a controversial topic, which is so like close and dear to my heart. And it talked about it in like a light where you could see where people were coming from, and it ends up things end up kind of working out. I'm not gonna go too much into detail with that, but it ends up working out in a decent way. Like, it explains through the wife's eyes, and like they bring up people from the wife's past who think this or that, and they're like battling each other, and the character who is experiencing all of this, he kind of has to fight his family, he has to fight everyone because everyone's trying to make him out to be like this horrible person, but in reality he's just doing what he believes his wife would have wanted. But yeah, you should read it. I really recommend. 5 out of 5 stars. So good. Like, oh, literally amazing. Anyway, but yeah, so thanks for watching this video. There will be more to come. There'll be more to come, I promise. Hopefully. Hopefully, if I find the time. But yeah, love you. Bye bye.